Imagine dropping like over $1,200 on a hard drive, only to check the spec sheet and realize it is actually significantly slower than the cheap SSD sitting in your laptop right now.
Yeah, that sounds completely backwards.
Right. Well, okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to today's deep dive. Looking at the stack of product specs, field reports, and notes you sent us today, we are zeroing in on exactly why video professionals are eagerly paying a massive premium for what looks like, well, slow tech.
Exactly, yeah. We are looking at the Kiloview 2TB SSD storage kit.
And just to be clear, it's a two-pack designed specifically for the CUBE R1 NDI recorder. But that price tag is a staggering $1,247.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
But when you look at the materials you provided, the first thing that attempts to justify that cost is the physical armor. I mean, this isn't a standard external drive.
Right, it has that protective solid metal shell.
Exactly. It is an industrial-grade component purpose-built for high-stakes broadcast environments where, hardware failure means a dead broadcast.
And the operating temperatures in these specs are just wild, like -40 degrees up to 185 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, yeah, it's extreme.
You aren't putting this in a climate-controlled home office. This is the drive you take on an expedition to the Arctic or, I don't know, leave out in the Sahara.
Right.
But I have to wonder, is that solid metal shell just to protect it from being dropped, or does it have to do with what's happening inside the drive itself?
What's fascinating here is how the physical engineering actually solves a digital problem, too. Yes, the shell protects against impacts in unpredictable field environments, but more importantly, it acts as a massive heat sink.
Oh, I see. Because of the continuous data writing.
Exactly. When a drive writes data continuously for hours, the internal circuitry generates an enormous amount of heat. Like, standard consumer plastics would literally warp or melt.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so this shell pulls that heat away from the components, allowing the drive to survive both the blazing sun outside and the inferno it is creating inside.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, because that continuous heat generation ties right into a glaring contradiction in your notes.
Right, the speed specs.
Yeah. The features list boasts sequential writes up to 5,100 megabytes per second. But if you scroll down to the detailed spec sheet, the sustained maximum write speed drops to just 369 megabytes per second.
It is a huge drop-off.
Which is it? Why such a gap?
It seems contradictory, but it reveals the core difference between consumer drives and industrial broadcast gear. You see, consumer drives are sprinters.
Meaning they just go fast for a short time.
Right. They use a small, fast temporary cache, which is often a sliver of highly responsive single-level cell memory to hit that 5,100 megabytes per second burst speed.
Oh, I get it. So it's kind of like a bucket with a small drain at the bottom. You can pour water in incredibly fast initially.
That is spot on.
But once that bucket is full, you can only add water as fast as it slowly drains into the denser main storage.
Exactly. And once that cache bucket is full, a consumer drive speed completely craters.
Which is bad for video.
In an NDI workflow, a cratering drive speed is an absolute disaster.
Just to clarify for anyone catching up on the jargon, NDI, or Network Device Interface, is a protocol used to send massive broadcast-quality video streams over standard local networks.
Yeah, you aren't doing quick file transfers. You are recording continuous heavy streams of live video.
So if the drive has to pause to empty its cache bucket, you drop video frames.
Which is why this Kiloview kit is engineered to bypass that bottleneck entirely. It sacrifices that flashy top speed to guarantee a steady, unwavering write speed of 369 megabytes per second indefinitely.
It prioritizes the marathon over the sprint.
Precisely. And on top of that, these specs highlight a significantly higher TBW, or total bytes written.
I saw that here in the research, but how does writing data actually wear out a physical solid-state drive over time? Like, it's just digital data, right?
Well, solid-state drives store data by trapping electrons in microscopic cells. So every time you erase and rewrite data, the physical structure of those cells degrades just a tiny bit.
Like physical wear and tear.
Yeah, think of it like erasing a pencil mark on paper. Eventually, you wear a physical hole in the page.
Oh, wow, that makes perfect sense.
Because this Kiloview drive is meant to record and overwrite continuous NDI video streams, it uses higher-grade memory cells that endure exponentially more write cycles before they physically break down.
Okay, so what does this all mean for the user? When you strip away the jargon, you aren't really paying $1,200 for raw storage capacity.
No, not at all. You're buying an insurance policy.
Right, because in a professional video workflow, a dropped frame ruins the product. You are paying for the absolute guarantee that this drive will capture every single frame without stuttering, whether it's sitting in a freezing hockey arena or a boiling server rack.
Exactly. And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, it's a stark reminder of the hidden fragility in the tech we rely on every day.
That is a really good point.
Seeing how easily consumer-grade drives hit a wall under sustained pressure, it raises a question you might want to consider. How much of your own vital data or critical work is sitting on fragile consumer-level storage right now, just waiting for the cache to fill up and bottleneck when you need it most?